Hi, I'm Chelsea from Rad Roller. In this video, we're going to explore a very common postural misalignment that we see in standing and you might experience. And this is of a hyperlordotic shape, which means that you essentially have an excess curvature in your low back. So it looks something like this. There's a few things that can cause this, one of which is lots of tension or shortening in through the front of the hips or your hip flexors. When these become really short, whether it's from sitting a lot, from running, from cycling, doing lots of activities that involve lifting the knee up into the chest, that will pull the front of the pelvis forward and lift the front of the pelvis back. You might experience a lot of compression in your low back, leading to some lower back pain. So often if you experience lower back pain, people will go for the low back in terms of stretching or releasing it, when really the culprit or the criminal here is the front of the hips. So the way that we're going to address this today in this video is by using the rad round. We're going to release the hip flexors, release the front of the hip. So I'll get you to come down, lying on your stomach, and you will place the ball underneath of the front of your hip. You want to avoid the bony part of your pelvis, so just below that, and then you can shift your weight on top of it. This might feel pretty intense just here, in which case just allow yourself to breathe and sink into it. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can take your heel towards your bum, so you bend your knee, and that will bring it on a little bit deeper. You can even rock side to side slightly, just to start to break up some of the fascial adhesions, some of the tightness that we see occurring in the front of the hip. You'll do it on both sides. And then complement the release with a yoga posture in order to help stretch or move, open up the tissue. The shape that I will offer you is a low lunge, or Anjaneyasana. You're going to come with your left foot forward and back foot back, or your right foot back, whichever leg you just released. Your knee can stay on the floor, and you can even just take your hands up onto your knee, or if you had a couple blocks, you could rest your hands on the blocks. Think about strongly lifting up through the front of your pelvis, so again, lengthening and opening the front of your hip as you root your tailbone down, so anchoring your back of your pelvis towards the floor. Front knee can stay over top of the ankle, and just allow yourself to sit here. If you're not feeling much, then take your right knee further back just until you feel a stretch. Should feel pretty good in the front of that hip. And then you repeat on both sides. After you do that release, you can come into standing and see if you can find a little bit more lift in through the front of your pelvis in order to create more space in through your low back.
For more information, visit radroller.com. For more video tutorials, check out our YouTube page at youtube.com/radroller.